Good morning, everyone, and welcome along to Talking Trends. I'm your host, Chantal Brodrick, and every single month I am joined by a fitness industry leader from across the globe to talk about the latest trends and predictions in 6 key areas of business. We cover off marketing, sales, managing teams, retention, fitness programming, and professional development. So my special guest for today is Sara Kooperman. Now, Sara is the founder and CEO of SCW Fitness Education and WATERinMOTION. Sara's on the line. That is a sensational start. Sara was also our guest on the Fitness Business Podcast in episode 217. So if you missed that interview, make sure you jump on and check it out. In the meantime, we're going to see if we can add Sara on the line. Okay, Sara. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on as our Talking Trends guest for today. We're going to get straight into it today. And the first trend that I was hoping that you could talk about is marketing. Tell us what the latest trends, predictions you feel are for marketing in fitness.
Do you know what was on the front page of the New York Times business section yesterday?
No,
It was
tell us.
I can't believe it. And it's something that I truly believe. It's like, you know, what's coming back is newsletters and emails. And I thought, oh my God. I mean, people just think I'm old, that this is why I like emails. And I really believe in shortening your emails and really condensing your newsletters. You want to make it like almost like that Twitter feed you get on your phone in the morning when you can just swipe up and see what idiotic thing Donald Trump said. Okay, wait, I said that out loud. Sorry about that.
And on live.
That's terrific. Please make sure this is recorded.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really fascinating. And the reason that he's an incredible author. He's a salaried writer for the New York Times, which is incredible right now because they've reduced their writing staff because they don't need as many writers because they have so many free bloggers, etc. So he's a very influential individual. But he had stated that it's because we want these personal connections that we're getting way too much white noise on all our Facebook marketing and all our Instagram and all the boosting and I don't want to know what you ate for breakfast. I don't care. Okay. So I'm finding a lot of our people are just getting flooded, or we're preaching to the choir. The same people are responding, the same people are talking to each other, and you're not reaching outside. So when somebody gets something personal, they're really connecting. So that was one thing that I thought was unique because I think it's different. And front page of the New York Times business section. And I didn't even find it myself. My husband threw it at me, which I love. It's like, it's not, hi, honey, I love you. It's slam dunk on my
He's
on
the
my
front
keyboard.
page.
Yeah,
Yep.
on my computers. Okay, and then the other thing that I think is really, really key, and just tell me, Chantal, if you think I'm like blah, blah, blahing a little bit too much. But the other thing I think is key is text messaging. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting that more and more. I don't know if you are or if people at home are. Like I'm a big hockey fan, ice hockey, the Blackhawks, and I'm always getting text messages from them when there's, I don't know, charity auctions or things like that, or something's going on with the tickets or whatever. So I really like that. We do text messaging with our conferences, and we find it's one of the best way to connect with our fitness professionals. And some of the clubs that I've worked with, they use a program called easytexting.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, and texting.com. And it goes anywhere between 3 cents a text and like 5 cents a text. And you can include images, and I think it's 160 characters, which includes the letters and the punctuation. So you've got to be very succinct in what you're saying, which you should be succinct in anyway, because nobody listens, nobody reads.
Yeah, I think that what you're saying about being succinct is so important, and there's a real art to being able to write a SMS message. And I just want to remind anyone that missed the chat that you and I had on the Fitness Business podcast, we actually went into this in quite a bit of detail. So if people want to know more about the text messaging and how Sarah actually uses it for her business, then jump over to episode 217, because we go into quite a bit more detail around that. So that's great, Sarah. So we're talking about, bringing back the old school newsletters and communication directly with our members and with our clients, and also utilizing SMS or text messaging to communicate messages or offers. So that's our marketing. Let's go on to sales. Tell us what your predictions are in the area of sales.
People want shorter memberships. People want to be able to, their attention spans are about as good as Facebook Live, okay? They jump on, they jump off, they come back. I feel terrible because I feel like, oh my gosh, we had such momentum going. And then if one thing happens, there's a lack of patience in society. And I fall victim to this as well. And so because of this lack of patience, they don't have the patience to stick with the program. They want to see what's going on. It's kind of like that negative thing that's happening with kids nowadays, where their self-esteem has been dropped because they're following Instagram and they're following chat. Hello, what's wrong with me? I'm out of it. Snapchat, thank you. Oh my God, terrible stuff. But there's, what's going on? What am I missing out on? What am I missing out on? What's going on over there? So they want to be able to go around and they want to check out these different memberships, and you can't blame them. This is what we want. We're posting the newest and the latest, and come try this and see our new locker rooms and try this new program. And we have this new small group training equipment and all these new things. So they just want shorter memberships. And I totally agree with Justin that I think people want connections. I have a great little story, and you just interrupt me if I'm chatting a bit, but I'm so excited. It's so excited people can hear me. There was a wonderful gym chain. I think it's Export Fitness, actually, that has about 26 different gyms in the Midwest territory in Illinois. And they've got beautiful high-end gyms that are brand new. And they've got really like their oldest model of gyms. And the oldest one, member satisfaction rating. And it's because that person at the front desk is probably died 3 years ago, been stuffed, and still has a smile on her face. Because it's that it's that commitment, that longevity in the staff, the feeling that these members belong. This is my home. I'm going nowhere in a hurry. That they feel like that promise has been delivered. So I truly believe that is, I don't really believe in sales, and don't throw things at me, but I've never believed in selling. I believe in servicing. I think I never have considered myself a salesperson. I consider myself a service person. Okay, there, I'm done.
I can't give you a love heart, but I'm going to give you a love heart for that, because I think it's a really nice way to look at things. And so my takeaway from that, Sarah, is we need to, as businesses, think about the flexibility that we're offering from a contract and a membership perspective. That's kind of part one of that sales piece, and part two is really about that human to human connection, and how it is that we are servicing and delivering on the promises that we make to our members. So nice little crossover with JT's segment earlier. I like that. Well, let's keep going while everything is working. Talk to me about managing teams. Any thoughts around managing teams?
Every single day, if I think that I haven't wanted to kill someone, I'm doing a good job.
Then it's been a good day.
It's been a good day. I actually was thinking about this morning. I was walking my dog with my friend Patty that lives across the street. I love Patty. Patty is very sarcastic in a very negative, dark way. And she's very funny. I just love her. So we're walking along, and the one thing that I do every single day is I give one person a compliment. Even when, like, I have to be honest with you, we've had a really rough day the past couple of days because the truck is getting loaded tomorrow for California MANIA. And and I just got back from Ursa, and we just finished New York City Mania, and then in less than a month we have Florida Mania. I'm like, it's insane what we take on. But when I stopped today and I went, oh my gosh, how are we going to get the truck loaded? And we developed this new evaluation system that we can do that I'm going to share with people. I made a point to make a phone call to one of my staff, and I just wanted to tell her, it was Sandra, and I just wanted to tell her that she's really doing a good job with customer service, because I was being CC'd on her emails. Because she's relatively new to our staff and she didn't understand. She's in a management role for WATERinMOTION. And so I was getting all her emails. I'm like, I'm done with this. She's doing a great job. I don't need to be CC'd. So I called her up and I said, I'm taking myself off. I wanted you to know you're doing a really good job, blah, blah, blah. And like, that was about it. But it made me as a manager feel so good. And then I went back to attacking someone else.
So once the good deed was done, in other words.
Yeah, really.
But Sarah, I'll jump in because it's such a beautiful point, and it takes very little effort on behalf of the manager, very little time for you to pick up the phone and give some of that compliment. But I would imagine that you doing that probably absolutely made her day.
Yeah, it was, she was very pleased by it. I was very pleased, because it's nice. Sometimes you've got to make that phone call that just makes them feel good about themselves. And I really like that.
Yeah.
I also really believe in systems. I've shouted this from mountaintops. I distributed Les Mills for a decade, 10 years in the Midwest, which is considered the Rust Belt in America, because it was like from Ohio to Nebraska, down to Kansas, up to North Dakota. Our territory spanned 3 time zones. 3.
Wow.
East Coast, Central Time, and Mountain Time. And so it's a vast territory. And I believe in the systems of Les Mills, and I believe in systems of management. I believe in making sure annually everybody gets a review. I believe in weekly staff meetings without interruption. And I know that I'm not the best one to plan and execute the staff meetings, because I'm usually, I get distracted, and I don't want to be distracted. And I know that surprises you with 4 different headsets, right? and a son walking in the background. But those weekly staff meetings, and I have our wonderful operations director, Mike, lead the staff meetings, and Claudio, who's fantastic at our registration manager, always sets them up, always invites everybody to be online. And we do it via Skype. So I don't care if you're at Bloomingdale's buying a bathing suit, be on the Skype call and at least listen in. So I believe in these, I believe in systems, and we try to have all things very consistent.
Yeah. And I want to jump back to something that you started to talk about, because you were saying that when you were loading the trucks for the next event, and I can't remember the word that you used, but you said that you've got a new system in place for maybe it was a check, or I can't remember what the word was that you used, and you said you're going to tell us about that system.
Well, this is really cool, because I want to start it at the health club too. In reading that magazine article about the New York Times, I thought that was really interesting, about going back to more personalized connections and contacts. We're going to be doing a QR code, which is frankly pretty darn old school. But the nice thing is, I know, is that my dog now?
Oh,
there. Yeah, okay. But the QR code is fantastic, and because now almost every single iPhone, as soon as you wave your photo lens over a QR code, you pop right to the website.
Yep.
And we do our session evaluations at every single one of our conventions religiously for every presenter. And it's very simple. It's 4 simple questions. rate the presenter, rate the workshop. Would you recommend this? And the fourth question is basically asking them, what would you like to see improved? Which I like the word improve rather than what do you think sucked, okay?
It's kind of a softer way of approaching it.
Yeah. And you know, I'm such a touchy-feely person. Yeah. But it's 4 questions. It's the only questions that really matter. And we did this through SurveyMonkey, but the QR code goes straight to the SurveyMonkey. And instead of setting up your own iPod, like on a stand, where you can ask this as people are exiting a room and either, you know, even going to the bathroom, some people, they push smiley faces or frowny faces if they thought it was.
I never want to touch those screens ever. I'm never voting on one of those screens. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, I never thought of that. And I touch everything. Of course I'm touching it.
So I like the QR code. That's a much better idea.
And it's neat. And so as a club owner, one of the most important things to know is how things are going. And you're not there to tell it and, you know, to see it right there. So, and you can't, oh my gosh, you're open what? You know, 5:30 in the morning till you know 9:30 at night, or 24 hours. How do you really know what's going on? So if you can post those QR codes and get the clients to fill it out at odd hours, you know, for classes, and people say to me, oh my God, how do you know what, you know, your presenters present 3 and 4, or the teachers teach 4 and 5 classes? Well, all you do is check the date and time stamp, and you know what who they're talking about, and what class they're talking about.
Yeah, that's perfect, Sarah. Thank you for diving into that. So let's talk about retention and customer service. Any thoughts or trends, predictions on those areas?
Retention and customer service, again, it's all about that service. We're not sales organizations, we're service organizations. You know, everybody, you know, I love that you can put on your TV at any time, day or night, log into Hulu or Netflix, or go on Facebook, go on YouTube, and you can do a free workout anytime, anywhere you want. Mm-hmm. But why are people still going to clubs, and why are club memberships going up? They're continuing to climb, which is great. Now, granted, our studio numbers and our club numbers seem to be climbing as well, so that might decrease our profitability. They're climbing because people want these connections. You know, they can be sitting in an office in front of a screen, and suddenly their phone buzzes, they look down, they start texting, and it's the person in the next office that they're not even emailing anymore, that they're texting. So they need these connections. So I think our retention is very important, because we need to make sure that our front desk staffs are immaculate. I don't want, you know, 16-year-olds on their iPhones. I think you should have a box that collects their you know, their Androids, their iPhones, their mobile, whatever they've got hanging on to, and they actually look people in the eye and they welcome them. And I love the automated scannings that you can get at like Planet Fitness or Blink, you know, when you can just scan right in and walk right in. But the longevity and the connection for something like that is anywhere they can find that's cheaper, they're going to go. Mm. Yeah, because if there is no connection, if my friends out there, if I don't know I'm going to go walk with Patty, or I'm meeting my friend Susie, you know, at the gym to do yoga, I'm not going. Yeah. It
really does reiterate just how important it is that it's not just our welcome desk staff, it's every single member of our team that they are interacting. And I love what you said about looking someone in the eye and actually saying hello, using their name, whatever it is. And it sounds so simple, but it is just about getting back to basics. So Sarah, anything else you want to add to retention, customer service before we move on?
So here I was going to a gym. I try different gyms out because I want to see what's going on. I'm sure you do the same thing.
Yep,
And
definitely.
I went to the gym and I took this class and I really liked the class. So I went down to the front desk staff. Now this was like 7 in the morning until 8, and their sales staff doesn't get in until 9:30. So I said, well, I'd like to buy a class pass, like a bundle of visits. And they said, oh, that's a great idea because instead of $15, it's $13.50. And I said, great, I'll buy the package for 15 because I figure I can go for 7 weeks. It's like it's a season. That'll work for me. They couldn't sell it to me. The front desk staff couldn't sell it to me. So I had to call back later in the day at 9:30 when the sales staff was open. And I'm going to say what club it is, and I hope I don't get in trouble. But it's Evanston Athletic Club. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on. I called back. I left a voicemail. I didn't get anybody. And then I got a call back, but I'm working for a living, right? I have to go at 7 in the morning. So I never bought the passes. And I was like,
man.
Empower your front desk staff, empower them, cross-train people. I cross-train people in my office all the time. Please make sure that front desk staff takes every single Group X class, gets a half-an-hour visit free with every personal trainer on staff, gives themselves their tour of the whole club, understands all the new memos that are going out. Oh, we've got a new babysitting service. Oh, we're going to have, for spring break, we're going to be offering full-time care for the kids, and we'll take them into the gym and then take them on a hike. You know, whatever you're going to do, educate that front desk staff person. They can make or break you.
You know what? We keep coming back to the same thing, which is this stuff is simple stuff that we should all be doing. It is the basics that we should all be doing. It's getting back to actually delivering on what it is that we are promising. And when it comes down to not being able to purchase something at 6 a.m. in the morning when you've got, or 7 a.m. in the morning when you've got avid exercises in your facility, that to me is just nuts. It's crazy. It's such a simple thing that every single club should be able to do, right?
The other thing is for the managers. Now, I talk to the front desk staff, and I would talk to them all the time. I mean, I know them by first name. You bring them coffee once in a while. They're your best friends, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, tell the manager about this. Mm-hmm. Tell the manager about it. You know what I'm going to tell you guys, you owners, you manager, listen to your front desk. One of my favorite people on staff is Leslie. I love Leslie. You know why? She's going to yell at me later. She complains. She's a complainer. She will tell me when things are wrong, when part of the website is not working, when anybody who has Hotmail doesn't know what they're doing. I listen to Leslie. I listen to her. She's my customer service manager. I love it that she complains. I love it that she tells me what's going on. Listen to your front desk. Listen to your customer service people. Read those stupid comments because they mean something, and these are people who care about you. They're not just whiny complainers. They care about you. So, Leslie, I know you're not a whiner. I know you care. Okay.
Big shout out to Leslie this morning.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm excited. I'm really excited about this next one because this is your heart. This one, we're going into fitness programming. So talk to us about your trends or what you think the predictions are for fitness programming for the industry.
Old seniors, older adults. Okay, I'm going to tell you now. Here, I'm going to whisper this too. Millennials have no money. Okay, did you hear that? They have no money. They're not going to send your children to college or feed your adolescents who never stop eating. At least mine did. People are just getting older. Like I got very, very nervous that in our surveys we ask people their age. Okay, they're blind surveys, so nobody lies. So we ask them their age, and our average age of attendees for our conferences used to be like between the ages of 20 and about 50. So our average age was about 35 to 37. It is now 45 to 47.
Interesting.
And this is what's happening in health clubs. I read something with Lifetime Fitness. that the members are getting older. And you want to know why? So I start freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not getting millennials. My business is going to fold. And oh my gosh, what do I do? The world is getting older. People are living longer. Modern technology, like I'm 60 years old. I'm 60. I turned 60 a week and a half ago. I'm going to say it again. I turned...
Can everyone please wish Sarah a happy birthday for last week, by the way?
but yeah, screaming it on Facebook like, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Anyone. I'm that old. But that's old, man. My mother, it's 60. I think she died like next week I should be dead. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not your average 60-year-old, but kind of I am. Because I went into the club this morning and I was doing body pump this morning and I was using heavier weights than this 20 something girl next to me. And I'm like, so of course I added even more weight.
Just to go. Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you.
But older adults, they have money. They have money. They're interested in going to a club because they have more free time. So they want to take out memberships. And I'm also going to tell you, water exercise. Oh my gosh, we're getting into a lot. The Water in Motion program, any type of aqua exercise is doing great. We had to double our sessions in aquatics every hour on the hour at our MANIA conferences because of the need. Because adults get older and the retention is huge. So even if your class is, let's say, 10 or 15 people, those people don't leave you unless they're like dead and floating face down in the deep end. But they don't leave you. Yeah. And you know why they're committed? They have to get there early. They have to take off their clothes. They get wet with strangers. I have no idea where we're going to go with that one. But and then they get naked with these people. And so you have to dry off. You have to take a shower. Oh my gosh, if I teach water exercise, these people, they used to hold baby showers for me, graduations when my kids graduated from college. I used to get birthday presents. They get together for brunch. They never quit. And they bring their friends. When one of their retention. So you get these kind of flashy, high intensity boot camp hit programs that, ooh, I love it. Injure me now. You get these people and they're wonderful programs. They're great. But it's like, I'll go to one and it's not to say I'm going to keep, returning and keep my membership. I'm going to float and take it at different clubs. So, and the other thing is if you've got a pool, there's not as many clubs that have pool now and you can't do you can't do a water exercise class in a hot tub. It doesn't work. It
doesn't work. Hey, so I have a whole lot to say. First of all, can you guys tell why I'm so excited that Sarah's about to come to Australia? Because every time I talk to her, this is how the conversations end up, and it's freaking hilarious, and I love it. Now, a couple of things, Sarah. You need to know that Summer Nelson said, OMG, you don't look a day over 45. There you go. And Lucy Ashmore asks, how do you get actively aging? I assume this is, how do you get the active aging or aging people more interested in fitness? Most people around here want to remain sedentary.
Okay. Find out where they're sedentary. Okay. That's the first thing. Do they belong to a book club? Do they go to a community center for a knitting class? Do they, wherever they're going? And I'm going to encourage you all. I think I'm doing an active aging yoga class at Philex.
I'll have a look while you're talking. Yep.
April 12th through 14th. But half the time I use mats, but the other half the times I do a chair yoga class that is just, it's kick butt. Okay. We use the chair. We even stand up off the chair. We sit back down on the chair and we do it. So if you can work on a program that you can go into this book club, that you can go into this knitting class, that you can go into the community center where some group is having a political discussion or out to see plays and then gets together, or a technology class, and get them to do some type of workout in their chair, that's fun, that they can slowly evolve into having, oops, sorry about that, don't make fun of me, because I lost my little stand, so I'm using my own hand to hold things up.
You're going to get a sore arm. You're doing a workout during this Facebook.
But that's the way I would engage them. And so I also do something that might be a little sneaky. I will sub very easily for a lot of other instructors to encourage people to then come and take my class. And I might teach something a little unique and give them a little taste of something at the end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great answer. And I was quickly trying to look on the Filex website to have a look at your sessions. I didn't quite make it there, but for everyone that's watching, right?
I looked. It's Yoga for the Young at Heart.
Yoga for the Young at Heart. So for everyone that's watching, when we get to the end of this segment, Sarah is going to give us an update on the conferences, the conventions that she's speaking at, including the SCW one. So we'll do a quick update of all of those at the end of this segment. So make sure that you hang on. We're nearly there, Cruz. So our last area is professional development. This is my personal area of passion. So tell us about your thoughts and predictions on professional development for fitness professionals.
Well, one thing we do at every single MANIA convention on a Thursday is a Women's Leadership Summit. It's very small. We get, I'm going to say, 15 to 30 people, and that's it. And we have 3 to 5 female presenters on leadership. And I love it. And you know that we've even gotten men to come. And I asked them, I frankly said, like, what do you get out? I know.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? And they said, I have these women that work with me and I don't get it. I don't get it. And I said, all right, then what you need to do is this is great. Just sit here and listen. And I think going to seminars like that is very, very important. So I think the live seminars are very good. I've gone to some webinars online and I enjoy them. I like listening to your podcast. I feel like I'm plugging right back at you, but I really do. And what I like about it is I can start it. And then if I get interrupted, like my son goes into the refrigerator and I can't, whatever's going on, right, in the background. What a pro. But if something's going, I can pause it and I can come back to it. So I think professional development, I have a very hard time reading now because I read so much for work. So that's quite difficult for me. So I listen to podcasts. And I really do try to go to seminars. And I present at our own women's leadership summits that we have. We have them at 9 conventions around the country from, Washington, D.C., New York, San Francisco, which is next week, Florida, which is in Orlando, which is in April. I'm going to do this right. Atlanta's in July. Dallas, love Dallas, end of August, hotter than hell, and I love it. Philly in September, October in Chicago, and Boston, beginning of December. But I went to the Women's Leadership Summit at URSA just this month, earlier this month. Loved it. Love it. URSA did a phenomenal job. Shout out to you, URSA. Loved it. And I go to Ideas. I think it's Shannon Griffith's Fables that runs it at Idea. I go to hers. Couple hours, like 3 hours, I think it is, max. Love it. So I try to get out of my own head. And if you really want to be successful in life, you got to get out of your own head. You got to get out of your own head. And the other thing I listen to is TED Talks.
Oh, I love TED Talks.
On things
on anything,
that
right?
Right.
Anything. Yeah.
And it gives me these, like, I swear to God, that stupid QR code thing. I have no idea where that came from. I think it was a TED Talk. I don't know.
Let's call it a TED Talk. But no, Sarah, I love everything you're saying, and I'll add to that, and that is, you mentioned the amazing Ursa Women's Leadership Summit, the Idea One, and all of the work that SCW does, and you are about to be or take part in the Philex Women's Leadership Forum, which I am so excited to have you and anyone from Australia that's listening at the moment. That's going to be happening at Philex 2019. We have an amazing panel of speakers, which includes Sarah, and each of our guests are going to be doing a short presentation, and they're also going to take part in a panel. And these are the most amazing opportunities to connect with people and to learn from each other and be inspired from each other. So that leads me perfectly into the wrap of today's show, Sarah. And why don't you just give us a really quick update, because I'm pretty sure that there are people who have watched today and have gone, I really want to go and see Sarah speak. I want to go and meet this woman. I want to know more about her. And of course, the first thing they're going to do is jump on and listen to our interview, which is episode 217 of the Fitness Business Podcast. But if they want to come and check you out, they want to see you, they want to come along to a convention, tell us about where they can see you this year.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I do have a website. I started a website, which is very exciting. It's called SaraKooperman.com. And I only did it like last year, even though I've been in business for 40 years.
Hey, it's never too late to start your own website.
So I believe I have an events tab, and I don't believe I've updated it yet, but I will update it. Mm-hmm. I'm at every MANIA, of course. I love presenting at Club Industry, which is in October in Chicago. And I always do business seminars there. I'm presenting, I love Philex. I'm so excited to do it and present with you at the Women Who Influence. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've got my outfit. That's the main thing. You got,
that's important. That's an important part of the, process.
Oh, I know. My PowerPoint's not done, but I have my outfit. Okay.
I've got my shoes.
So Philex, the Athletic Business Conference. I work with Sue Searles every year in November.
Amazing. Love Sue.
Yes. Love her. And that's in November. That's in Orlando again this year. And they partner with the Medical Fitness Association. It's a smaller association. I think they have like 200 hospital-affiliated fitness centers. And I love presenting for them. And I love working with that organization. Deborah Sienna is a very big part of that. Love you, Deborah Sienna. And we're doing a little women's thing there as well. So, and I work a lot with the Women in Fitness Association. I'm on their board. I'm very honored to be on their board and affiliated with the other board members. And that's fantastic. So I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Oh, I'll be at the IDEA convention. I'm not presenting at IDEA. I think I'm just going shopping.
You can come and hang out with me because I will be there this year as well. So we're going to spend a lot of time together this year, and I'm so excited. And I just want to personally say a huge thank you to you because, Sarah, you've been a huge supporter of the Fitness Business Podcast, which I am personally so grateful for. And I am truly excited to hang out with you in Sydney in like 3.5 weeks' time. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back with Talking Trends next month in the month of April, and I will be joined by Amy Thompson. She is our special guest next month, guys, and we have an international guest every single month throughout 2019. So for today, Sara Kooperman, thank you so much. We will see you in Sydney very soon.
See you soon.